Welcome back to Monday Mukbang. Since I don't have Nicholas here in this one today to do that, he loves saying the Monday Mukbangs.
Entrance, yeah, he's in the entradas.
Nicholas is not in this video today because we are having
Lasagna.
Vegan lasagna, and he's not a big fan of lasagna. So Nick likes to have all his food separate, which is why he's not eating lasagna. Like, he eats everything that's in the lasagna, he just likes it to be all separate.
Yes, he does.
Which some people are just like that, gosh darn it.
He's a texture eater.
Buttercup, can you get down, please? Thank you.
What?
Nothing. So this is a vegan lasagna. I think John filmed a clip of him putting it together, or all the ingredients before he put it together, maybe.
And we're gonna insert that right here.
Yes, we are.
Alright guys, this is a little behind the scenes magic. Here's the sauce. There's the better than cream cheese tofutti. There's our meat replacer, which is, in fact, they don't have a cow. Meatless beef style crumbles that I browned and added. Well, I didn't. I put 2 cloves of garlic in there with it. There's my better than tofutti. I'm going to be getting ready to put on a sprinkle of Daya mozzarella style shreds, and then I'm going to put on top of that Go Veggie vegan, specifically vegan grated Parmesan. So as you can see, I put a layer of sauce and olive oil down first, layer my noodles, some of my beefless crumble, and then a layer of better than ricotta cream cheese. And then I'm just going to repeat this process till I have no more ingredients, or until I reach the top of the pan. So this is behind the scenes John for Omnis Eat Vegan.
And pretty much you just saw what it had in it, but pretty much it's just vegan cheeses, vegan meat, no baked pasta or no boiled pasta noodles, which I think is coming back to bite us right now. It seems that some of the no bake noodles did not get very soft, so that might be coming back to get us. But a couple of different cheeses, some marinara sauce, some vegan meats, and
really, other than the first noodle, these are all right.
they're okay. Just the top noodle.
Yeah, pretty much the top noodle is the one that's gonna give you the most crunch.
And we wanted to talk a little bit today. Our conversation is going to make Neil a little bit uncomfortable, because we're going to talk all about Neil today.
Neil.
Because
Yeah, why are we doing that?
Birthday.
it's, well, today when this is posting is not Neil's birthday, but Neil's birthday is in November, and Neil turned 18 this month.
Yay.
Woohoo! So by the time this video posts, and we're filming it actually before his birthday, but by the time it posts, Neil will be 18 years old. He will be officially an adult, and there are some things that come along with being an adult, and we figured we would just talk a little bit about Neil, talk about his life, talk about his future.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
We're his parents. We're supposed to make him feel uncomfortable, right?
On video.
On video.
For thousands of people to see.
Thousands.
How's that first noodle?
Let's go. Well, actually, before we started the camera, we were actually talking on a very serious note, because I was reminding Neil that he has to register for the draft, being a male in the U.S. who's 18 years old.
Do I have to do that right away? So like I can't like wait a day?
Oh, you have to do it within 30 days of your birthday.
Oh, okay.
So,
What if I do it like the very beginning? Of the
there is no
31st?
current draft. You don't have to worry about being drafted.
What if it's like the 31st day?
Anyway,
Would I still get fined?
Can we not? Until you did.
You'll be seeing here in
as I'm aware, You're not capable of paying that fine. So,
Would I have to technically do jail time then?
Possibly.
Huh. I wonder
yeah.
how many people that's happened to.
Anyhow,
It's just
if you're not in the U.S., you don't know about these things, but maybe you have a different type of draft in your country.
Oh my please.
But in the U.S., it is
Mandatory.
men over the age of 18 must register for the draft. Anyhow, so Neil was actually a fairly large baby, going back way back.
Back to the...
Yeah. Yeah, let's go before that. I was... I can't.
He was over 9 pounds of birth.
I can't. How you doing?
So what do you think of this lasagna before you go to 9 pounds? That's a rough place to...
I think we should have probably bought noodles that we boiled. These no bake noodles.
We've done.
We had to look through several different no bake noodles to find ones that didn't contain eggs or dairy.
Yeah.
And that was part of our problem. The no bake noodles we've used in the past had eggs in them. So we've never tried these noodles before, and these just didn't soften up.
No, and
There's lots of quote unquote liquids between the cheeses and the sauce and stuff.
Yes, and even the directions for the no bake meat had me add water to the meat.
Okay.
So I just thought that was odd. I've never had to do that before. So.
Yeah. But the flavors are good. It's just the noodles, the texture of the noodles, because they didn't soften.
Yeah, they
throwing me
are.
off.
They're like starchy.
They're stiff, yeah. But
They have a very potato.
Neil was actually a really good kid. For most of the time growing up. I mean, every kid has their challenges, but Neil has been a really good kid.
Most of the time.
Probably the only complaint I have about my son, which he is totally aware of, so I'm just going to put it out there for the world to know, and he already knows it, is that he does have a tendency to be very lazy. Right?
Procrastinate. We'll call it, be nice and we'll call it procrastination.
I call it, we'll go with this. We'll just go with laziness.
We'll go lazy. But Neil's very lazy, and no matter how much I put my foot to his butt, he still continues to be lazy.
You know, just a side note, that the cream cheese was really good.
The ricotta.
The ricotta is really good. No, I thought it was cream cheese.
Unless you had a cream cheese, but
Did
it's
not.
ricotta.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's ricotta.
I thought it was cream cheese. It was good ricotta cheese, mixed with everything.
The noodles are just throwing it really off.
See, when it has the soft noodles, it's really good. And like the hard noodles aren't that bad.
It just makes it chewy, and I'm not used to having chewy lasagna.
And we have bought the bake or the boil noodles before that are vegan. I think the last time I made this, I did use those.
Yeah. Did you put a bunch of Italian seasoning in this?
Not a bunch. I put a
You
little
You
bit.
put a lot.
I did not.
Honey, I can see, like, oregano and rosemary.
Maybe Dad put maybe Dad put more than just Italian seasoning.
But Neil's a very smart kid, which I think feeds his laziness because he feels like
Doesn't have to work.
he doesn't have to work. So, like, he can get a low B or a high C with no effort in school.
This is about me. I don't like staring at me for a minute. Won't.
She'd like you to refute that somehow.
Why don't you talk about yourself a little bit here, son?
You know, I'm a pretty wacky human being.
Wacky. Jeez.
What have you learned in your 18 years on this planet?
Yeah. So,
Give the audience some life lessons from the 18-year-old Neil.
Yes, from our majority of our audience being over the age of 18.
it's always a good perspective.
It's a long-running joke in my family that Uncle Sean, my brother, Neil's uncle, has repeatedly said to Neil, I'm going to teach you a life lesson. And Sean and Neil are about 13 years apart, almost to the day. Their birthdays are one day apart.
He's never really taught me life lessons, I would say.
Neil was born at 3:55 in the morning. So if he had been born 4 hours earlier, he would be sharing Uncle Sean's birthday. So Uncle Sean, if you're watching this, hi. If you had been born 4 hours earlier, it would have been before midnight, and you and Uncle Sean would have the same birthday.
I was born at
3:55 a.m.
on November 17th.
Oh, please don't do this.
Oh no, his isn't. I'm thinking of someone else. I thought his was the 18th.
His birthday's the 16th.
I don't know. Who am I thinking?
So yes, I'm right.
There was somebody I used to know with November 18th birthday.
Really?
Anyway,
It was an old student.
so Neil,
Yeah.
what, in your experience in life, can you share with the audience here? And yes, I'm pulling an onion out of the sauce. A sliver of an onion.
Give me a little time to think about it. I can't.
How much time do you need?
Oh.
Just
talk about life.
couple minutes.
Yeah.
What have I learned from life?
These noodles really did not work very well. I don't know if did you show the brand in your clip?
I do.
They did not work well at all. I would not recommend these noodles. The rest of the stuff, everything else has a really good flavor. I'm telling them this so that you can think about your life lessons, by the way. Everything else has a really good flavor, but those noodles, they're hard. And we cooked it longer than what the recommendation was.
Probably at least another 15 minutes. And as it was cooking, I mean, it's not like they weren't boiling. The sauce was
boiling, yeah.
several times.
I mean, you can see there's no lack of
Moisture.
yeah, cheese and sauce and stuff. For some reason, the noodles just did not soften up. That's weird.
And I follow the suggested. I would have cooked it at a different temperature, a lower temperature, had I known this is what they were going to do. I think that would have helped it.
Yeah, longer for lower.
Yeah.
We like lasagna.
But when when we find something
Nick won't eat it.
that Nick won't eat, it's tough to prepare it.
Yeah. Like, I would eat this a lot more often. We actually put a recipe for this in our cookbook.
We did.
Because it is one of our favorites. It's one of our holiday favorites. Well, it's one of our holiday favorites, but it's one of our favorite meals. We just don't eat it as often as we would because Nick won't eat it.
And it's easily converted.
It's very rare we eat this dish.
Because Nick won't eat it. We used to eat it a lot more.
Well, we'd make them and freeze them.
Yeah, we'd make them and freeze them. I mean, one of those things you just really quickly pull out of the freezer, throw it in the oven, and make it.
Well, we're gonna force Nick to like it.
No.
Right here on this mukbang. Nicholas.
Good luck. So Neil.
Yeah. Neil's ducking it.
Any life lessons you'd like to pass on to the
Audience.
Omnis vegan audience?
I don't know why, I just feel uncomfortable.
You should.
Talk to strangers. I'm not saying go out and talk to weird strangers, people that you wouldn't normally talk to, that you obviously are kind of uneasy with. But if it's someone that you would seem like you feel comfortable talking, talk to them. If you have a retail job, or you're a cashier, or you come in contact with new people or just people in general, I would say try at least experience that. I would say just experience a retail job, or just experience some type of maybe even
service industry,
club, or service industry that would have you talk to new or just people regularly you would either have not met or something like that. Just from my experience with working, as I've said before, at a restaurant and both working at Rite Aid, I've gotten a bit of a chance to be able to talk to people. And I I've enjoyed that actually a lot more. I feel like that's actually been my more favorite part of
Growing up.
both jobs. Not only working with the people I've worked with, but also experiencing and working with and talking to other people. Definitely with Rillos, I know I never got really to be in a conversation with people, but there was always the one or two that would hold me for a conversation, even though I know I really shouldn't. There was one or two that would hold me to a conversation and just talk to me. With working at the local Rite Aid, out the street, it again has changed. It's changed my perspective definitely with talking to people and not really opening up, but just really experiencing what they've experienced. Because I've had a couple people who have gone into detail, telling a bit of what they do or just how their life has been or what has happened to them. And it's not that I feel like they haven't said it to other people. It's not that. That's why I feel special about it. I feel special in which I've been able to come in contact with them enough that they feel like they could share it or just share some kind of experience or funny thing that they've had on their mind. Now, of course, I've had simple customers that don't even talk to me. I've had customers that just don't even talk to me. Just look at me blankly and just go along with what I'm doing. And I've had some open up with ecstatic to talk to someone, explain what's happened to them. And of course, I've had the usual just purchase, have a nice day and stuff like that. But I would definitely say, I've gotten, and it's weird because I've gotten comments from some of the people I have been a cashier to, about how I act in that sort of situation. I've had a comment that I'm too pleasant. I've had comments where I have good stage presence. I've gotten that. I've gotten to where I'm
sorry, guys. I'm scratching at my tooth because the noodle is actually stuck to my tooth. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. I would say the other comment I recently gotten in the past week from a woman was just that I'm able to still be happy with the job I have. Because from how the woman had a perspective is she thought I was new working there because I was overtly excited or happy that I was working. And she believed I was someone new that had just gotten the job. To my case, I worked there about a year now, and she was very surprised with still how I act during the job because I'm guessing from her experience, she's either in her own life or from other people she has talked to that people are not overtly pleasant or happy with how their job over a year. But I definitely say that would be a life lesson. Just talk to people. You may not even have a deep relationship with them. You may not even know their name. A number of people who constantly come in and I have a fun time talking to, I don't even know their name.
So you recommend talking to strangers?
I would, yeah.
As long as you're over the age of 16.
As long as you're at a good age, as long as you're in a safe place.
And the people aren't creepy looking.
And they're not creepy. I've had some creepy looking people come in and talk to me, but as long as you're in a safe place talking to them, and you feel comfortable talking to some of these two people, I would say do it. I feel like human interaction is kind of taken for granted in this day and age because
you mean direct human interaction, like face to face.
Direct, yeah. I feel like that is kind of taken advantage.
Not taken advantage of, but missing.
Fallen because we have gone so technologically far from even 10 years ago that we're in direct contact virtually to everyone. I feel like face-to-face contact is not as important, but I feel like it, at least for me, it brings a good experience and it brings at least a joy. I enjoy being face-to-face with people, talking to them. Like,
I will say that someone that actually works in my office lives near us and has seen Neil at work. I was actually passing by them in the hallway the other day, and I said hi, you know, as you do when you're in an office and you talk to people you work with. Just passing. And he's like, hey, I meant to stop and talk to you. He said, I just want you to know that Neil is so pleasant. He doesn't know my son's name. He just said your son, because he knows that he's my son. Your son is so pleasant. Every time I go in there, he's always so cheerful, so nice to talk to. And he's like, I don't even really buy much stuff because it is a pharmacy. So he's like, I just go in to pick up a prescription or whatever. And, you know, no matter if I'm just passing by him, he always says hello. He's always so pleasant. So I've actually gotten compliments on Neil from people who know me. So I'm very proud of our son.
Yeah, in that regard, ironically, his approach to being an employee seems to be very, very good. We just need him to develop take some of that approach that he has of being a good employee to being a good
student. And Neil's not a bad student.
No.
Neil, he's just not
underachieving,
meeting what he can meet.
See, I feel like that's a very weird. I was gonna say parallel, but that's not the word I was looking for.
Paradox?
It's just a weird paradox too, because when I first started working, I never thought it would actually change me in a lot of ways that it has. Definitely with my first job at Rails, it definitely had changed my perspective with working with other people and well, I think, as I've said before, it wasn't the greatest place to work. Not everyone there was
kind.
I wouldn't even say kind. A lot of them were kind. A lot of them weren't how I was raised. Let's say that. There were a lot more people who had either broken the law or done bad stuff in their life, let's say. And
Neil has been very sheltered growing up.
And just
you have.
I know. In the interaction with them, I think meeting them, I feel like I met them at a very good point in life because it definitely showed
you could maintain yourself.
I could maintain myself, and it showed the very opposites of what
literally is climbing up here by herself.
What has occurred in my life. Because
you're crazy.
From that point on, I have dealt with people who've done bad stuff. Either it was to me or to other people, but I've never come in direct contact with people who've done bad stuff and have talked to them and have realized if there's any reasoning behind it. Now these people, none of them were overtly bad, I would say. But it just gave me the perspective of the opposite end of life, not being able to connect with them on a life like
experience,
like a life state, like you were compared lives. I would say that my life was not as interesting as theirs. From what has happened in my life.
They probably are older than you.
Yes, they were. They were. Most of them were 20s, 30s.
At least 5+ years older than you.
But
so,
even still, I don't work with anybody my age at Rite Aid.
Yeah.
The youngest person there is me. Other than that, the other youngest person is, I think, 3 years older than me.
So.
But yeah, I'd say my life lesson, if anything, is find a job where you're either constantly working with a group of people, or you're constantly coming in contact with people. Whether it's working in a restaurant, you're constantly coming in contact with new people, and also working with a group of people, or if it's retail. Because I've worked both restaurant, fast food, and retail, I would say fast food is probably, I wouldn't say that was a bad job to work with people, or it really experienced talking to people. I just feel like it's not, for me, that job did not really change me.
You didn't enjoy it as
I
much.
didn't enjoy it as much. It didn't really give me any. Like there was no real wanting to stay at the place I was. So
Okay.
there's my 2
There's
cents.
your life lessons from 18-year-old Neil. How did you feel about this mukbang, Neil?
You two didn't even talk. Dad didn't even say a
I
word.
talked to Claude.
Dad didn't even say a word. What do you mean?
love it.
We're at 24 minutes. I've talked the last, what, 15? At
Hey.
most.
Well, so how did you enjoy focusing on Neil in this mukbang?
We didn't even let Dad talk for a
Make sure,
bit.
make sure that you leave a comment down below if you'd like to hear more from Neil and his 18-year-old perspective, and you'd like this 40-something-year-old to keep his mouth shut. I'm all right with that. That is just okay.
I think the lasagna was tasty, flavorful, tasty, but those noodles were not good. Do not use those noodles unless you can figure out a better way to cook them.
Pre-cook them or pre-boil them.
Pre-boil them, maybe.
Soak them in water.
It was
I don't
not,
know.
That did not turn out. They are still like noodles are stuck to my teeth, which is really weird for me.
Yeah.
Can't say I've ever had a noodle that worked like that.
No.
And it's like stuck in my teeth. I'm gonna have to go floss.
Yeah.
That's a little too much information, but
Okay.
Anyhow, for Omnis Eat Vegan.
anyway.
For Omnis Eat Vegan Monday Mukbang. It's Wednesday, and Neil and Jessica and John. And please hit the like button if you liked our video. Hit the subscribe button if you'd
wanna
like
see
to
more of
see
content.
our content as it comes out.
Hit the notification.
And
bell.
hit the notification to let you know what time it is. No, to let you know that it is time for another version.
Omnis Eat Vegan.
on the TV.
Yeah, Omnis Eat Vegan, why not?
Leave those comments down below on what you think of Neil's life lesson and
And if this became
anything you'd like us to cook
Force
and
Neil to
eat
talk about.
and talk about in future mukbangs.
It's really-
Anything we can force Neil to talk about
All right,
sounds
have
good
a
to
good
me.
day. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.